reverberations from that huge Democratic win on Long Island a couple of nights ago still being felt in Washington. And here the head editorial in the Wall Street Journal talks about the fact that the Republicans' border cynicism is what handed Democrats a seat. Border cynicism costs the GOP. And they talk about how you're actually in a unique position where Republicans who think that the border issue is going to be supporting them, only this Republican Party could screw that up so badly that they actually turned the border issue into a plus for Democrats. And as the Wall Street Journal says, Democrat Tom Suozzi backed a border deal and took a House seat because of it, whereas his opponent opposed one. And, I guess these Republicans, maybe they're so stupid, the House, the extreme MAGA House Republicans, they think all the voters are stupid and they don't know what's out there. But as the Wall Street Journal editorial page said today, the Democrats supported the bill, the Democrat campaigned on the bill, and the Democrat picked up a House seat that Republicans won by 8 points just a year and a half ago.
Yeah, and even Speaker Johnson yesterday didn't look like he believed his own spin while he was talking about this race, saying it snowed and this and that, and completely ignoring what the Journal and you point to this morning, and we've been talking about here, which is that voters are really smart as they see through nonsense, they see through spin, and they want the crisis at the border fixed. And they know that there was a proposal to get that fixed, worked on for months in the Senate, led by a Republican, and that Speaker Johnson and House Republicans have turned their backs on that to keep the issue alive. People are smart, and I agree, Joe. I've been thinking about that. I said, what contempt do you have for the intelligence of your own voters when you're lying to them, saying, no one's given us anything to do on the border. We want border reform. They watch the news. They have phones. They have eyes. They know that there was a deal in the Senate. And Mike Johnson yesterday very, very desperately trying to spin what was a significant loss for his party in many, many ways, not just in terms of losing that one vote in the House, but as perhaps a canary in the coal mine for what's coming in the fall, wasn't terribly convincing in his.
Now, look at this. Here he is spinning.
The result last night is not something, in my view, that Democrats should celebrate too much. Think about what happened there. They spent about $15 million to win a seat that President Biden won by 8 points. They won it by less than 8 points. Their candidate ran like a Republican. He sounded like a Republican talking about the border and immigration, because everybody knows that's the top issue that is on the hearts and minds of everybody. There was a weather event that affected turnout. There are a lot of factors there. That is in no way a bellwether of what's going to happen this fall.
It snowed on Democrats, Democratic voters as much
blaming
as
the weather now
on Republican voters. So basically what he's saying there is Republicans don't have enough money. Republicans don't know how to organize when it snows, and Republicans don't know how to run on the right issues. Sam Stein, that doesn't actually sound like a great vote of confidence, and he sounds, that approach suggests that the candidate's just as confused as Mike Johnson is. And I think I saw a Politico story over the past day or two that a lot of Republicans are just saying he's winging it, that this is it's kind of chaos around here.
Joe, you don't understand. It was strategically targeted snow down to the district level, knowing the voter locations. Yeah, no, weird spin. And it does feel like, look, there's been a string of these defeats. Obviously, you can't say one special election is going to tell you everything about the political climate, but this isn't just one special election. On the same night, there was a state house election in Pennsylvania. We saw, obviously, a string of other special elections, the 2023 elections. All these down-ballot races, or not all of them, but almost all of them, have really broken in the Democratic favor, especially since the Dobbs decision. Now, in this case, the border bill obviously played a bigger role, but, if you were the Republicans, you came out of this over the past 2 years, a year and a half, and you looked at the totality of these results, you would say, okay, we need to sort of course correct in some significant way. But that's not what's happening on the Hill right now. If anything, they're saying we need to actually continue doing what we're doing. They dismiss these things as isolated incidents. There's no introspection from leadership here. If anything, they're tying themselves closer to Trump, who was the one who said, let's kill this border deal because I want the issue in play.
Yeah, and once again, whoever saw this coming? Donald Trump cost Republicans another election. It was Donald Trump's cynicism that the Wall Street Journal talks about, once again, that cost Republicans a lot. You know, I sit here, people like, Joe, why are you being so mean to I'm not. I'm trying to help. I am here, right? I am here. I am like I'm trying to fix your house. It is structurally unsound, and you won't let me do it. So you keep losing. Caddy,